Hi guys, this is Sims and Wins, and welcome back to another episode of our Sims 2 Build a City Challenge. So we are here in the next family. This is the Picasso family, so you know the Picasso family. It's an EA family that was in the bin that we put into the neighborhood. So Jessica and what's-his-face, Matthew Picasso, only had one son. Anthony, and Anthony is about to go to college when he gets back from school, so we're going to send him off. And I thought, I don't think I've done this in this game yet, an anniversary party. I noticed that she wants, I just fulfilled her aspiration. Yeah, I did. I noticed that she wanted to have an anniversary, so I just threw her an anniversary party. I'm gonna have her make a baked Alaska. I'm gonna have Pops here make some drinks. I just invited random people, and we're having an anniversary party for them. Now, they used to live in the military district because they were in the military when I placed them, and then once they retired, they moved back to the main neighborhood and they bought this house from Luke Simmons. Now, if I remember correctly, this was Luke Simmons' house. And I'm forgetting the details, but he was married. He had a daughter with... Who was that girl? We had like a real thotty in the neighborhood, and I forgot her name. She's dead now. God bless her soul. Who was the thotty? What was the thotty's name? Oh, come on. I don't have it written down somewhere. Like, seriously. I think this is an updated list, so I don't think I have dead people on this list. No, I don't have dead people on this list. She died a long time ago. Anyway, so this thotty had 2 other kids while she was married to Luke with 2 other fathers. And then eventually in our little storyline, Luke realizes that the 2 out of the 3 kids are not his kids. They get a divorce and she leaves the house. The daughters are separated. The siblings are separated. One of them goes and meets her actual father, which was Julian Cook, who's one of the Cook kids. The other one was... Oh, come on. I know who these girls are. I think one of them was Electra. One of them was Jane. One of them was Electra, I want to say. And the third kid... I don't know. But anyway, so this house has had quite a story. But eventually Luke died, the girls all moved out, and the house was barren. So I moved them in. I have not made any changes to it. I should, because it's looking a little... But yeah. Anyway, so they're having an anniversary party. I'm going to send him off to college as soon as he gets home. So he's getting home. I'm not even going to bother to do his homework. I'm just going to delete the homework. Okay. Let's see what scholarships he got. They've got a lot of money because they had a pretty good house. So when they sold it, they got a nice chunk of change. Let's apply for scholarships. Okay. And then he's obviously got 1,000, and I know he's going to get a bigger one because he maxed the mechanical skill. So let's see. Okay, there's 1,750. That's it? Okay. So he basically still owes 8,000. So we need a thing that is worth like 8,000, which I don't have because I deleted the custom content I had. Okay, we got 500, and then I need another like... Okay, that's fine. We'll just put these in Mom's inventory. So we've paid for his college. Okay. By the way, I'm looking kind of like a baddie today. It's actually Easter week here in Greece. So you guys, the rest of the world, celebrated Easter last week, but it's Greek Easter now, so we're still celebrating Easter here. So we've been doing a lot of things, and I've actually been getting makeup on this week. Let's see here. So he just got his scholarships. We just paid for school. So now all I gotta do is move him to college. Does he have anything important on him? No. He's actually dating, or I think he thinks he's dating, because I don't think she's dating him on his side. Yeah, no, they're not dating. So he's got a crush on Cecilia from the orphanage. So she's one of the actual daughters of the people who run the orphanage. So he's in love with her. But that's basically it. Yes, we're moving him to college. Let's get out of here. There we go. Okay, let's see how this party's going. People are eating. Okay. I don't really pay attention to these things, honestly. Let's have a drink. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm just going to finish up this party, finish up their sim week, and then go to the next household. So I'll let you know if anything interesting happens. Alright, so the next family we're playing is the Purdue family, and they're playing in a house that's kind of special in the game because this is the house of Robert Richardson. Now, Robert Richardson was the firstborn son of the founding family. So Robert Richardson was the first sim born in this neighborhood. And eventually when he married a townie, because that was the only option available, he eventually moved into this house. Now this is an EA house. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. It's like midnight. This is an EA house that eventually I added back to and extended it. But this is like a very old house in this neighborhood. And the kitchen here, well, ignore the dirty counter here. The kitchen here was like this ever since Robert lived here. So imagine like 4 generations ago. 4 or 5? No, it's not 5. I think it's 4 generations ago. So this is basically like 100-year-old kitchen. Okay. The kitchen is exactly as it was, and I think the bathroom is exactly as it was. Everything else I think was changed, and this back was not there, so I added it later. Now we're playing the Purdue family. The Purdue family eventually moved here when Robert Richardson died, and for some reason his offspring did not continue to live here. So here, the Purdue family now. I want to say that this was a commenter family, but I'm pretty sure it's based off, like, I don't remember what game they're from. Are they from Sims 3 or Sims 4? But the Purdue family are a family that exists, right, in like the universe. Okay, so I remade them here in Sims 2. So I'm sorry, I keep yawning. I can't control myself. I'm so tired. So Babs Purdue is the artist in my household here, and Ollie Purdue is the writer. So they don't have stable jobs. They do art for a living. And they had 3 kids, and I kind of went with this L. Well, actually, with Hayden, I stopped. But for Ariel and Gabrielle, I stuck with like that name theme, and then they had a son eventually named Hayden. Now, this was a hard family to play through, especially when the kids were younger. But now that they're all self-sufficient, it's not so bad. And now that they've got a little bit of money, it's not so bad, because in the beginning, this was very difficult. The house was bare. We were buying everything one by one, with a bunch of screaming babies, and she was a nightmare to play with pregnant, I remember. But now that they've got a beautiful house, one of my better furnishings, I think I'm dying. Anyway, so they have one of the better furnished houses. They're doing quite well. Ariel here is a fresh teenager, so she's not going to college anytime soon. She actually doesn't really know anybody. The other sister literally just turned into a teenager, and she is quite beautiful. Now, I don't have any makeup on her yet, but if you take a good look at her, like, she's got some really nice features, I think. She's quite beautiful. And the son went from a toddler to a baby. From a toddler. God. Okay, focus. He went from a toddler to a child. Anyway, I'm going to finish up the sim week because clearly I need to go to bed. And I'll probably come down tomorrow and play the next nightmare on my list here. This family I always hate playing. It's the Brown family. So it's the family that I remade my best friend and her husband, and I made them have 10 children for no reason in my game. And now, at least according to this paper, there's only 3 children left in the household with them. So, because they've gotten old, the kids have moved out. It shouldn't be so bad now. But that was a nightmare to play. A nightmare. When there were 10 kids in the house. Oh my god, I remember those days. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to finish up and head to bed. Hey guys, so we are here now in my best friend's family. This is the Brown family. So, for anyone who doesn't remember, I was bored one day and I made my best friend in the game, and I had her have 10 kids. She rolled a want for it to have 10 kids. So I said, why not? My best friend would kill me in real life. She's got 2 kids. She actually, like, when I first made this family, she had 1 kid, and the first one that I named Jaylene. So there's a baby Jaylene who's now older. She's a little bit younger than my daughter, so she's around 4. And then recently, last year, my best friend had another kid, her second son. Well, what am I talking about? Her second kid, who was a boy, so her son. And I think his name is Jaden. So I think I eventually named it Jaden somewhere. See, I predicted it. I predicted because I named this sim before my best friend gave birth to this kid. So before she even got pregnant, because I made this family years ago. How long have we been playing this? Like 5 years. But like she wanted to do things with a J theme. Jaylene, Jason, J something. So when I was naming these kids, I started with Jaylene, the one that existed. And then Jeriana, also had a Jalissa, then I had a bunch of things. But the son I named Jaden, and eventually she named her kid Jaden. I don't think, she has another son here, Jason. Oh, I did eventually name it Jason too. But there's a lot of girls in this family. I think she had 8 girls and 2 sons. And of grandchildren, my best friend has 3 grandchildren from Jaylene. So Jaylene has Seth, Sean, and Sloan. Jeriana has 2 kids, James and Nicole. Wow. I don't know who all these kids are. They're from like last year. I don't know who these kids are. Jaden has a kid named Rosalie. Jalissa has Lorraine and Ken. And the rest of them have either just graduated, not been married off yet, or they're still the kids living in the house. How many grandkids is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 so far. Sorry, I'm going to cough. Like in the beginning of April, I came down with the flu. Like, it wasn't COVID because we actually went and did blood tests because we were like, what the heck do we have? Because we had COVID in November and it wasn't so bad for us. So we didn't get vaccinated yet. But anyway, we got COVID in November, and it wasn't so bad, even as an unvaccinated family. Like, it was okay. It was not fun, but it wasn't so bad. But in April, the beginning of April, we got like H1N1. I don't know what the heck we had, but it was not COVID because we went to the hospital to make sure, because we didn't know what the heck that was. And they were like, it's the flu, it's not COVID, maybe H1N1, because they didn't like give us like an official declaration of which kind of a flu we had. But that was miserable. And when I say miserable, I mean I never want to catch that ish again. Ever. Okay, but my point here is, what was my point? My point is, ever since I've recovered, I have this cough. Like, it's not going away. So like my voice lately, if I talk too much, I just start coughing. It might also be my smoking. Maybe it's caught up to me. I don't know. But anyway, so what was my point here? I'm probably going to edit that out. I've rambled a bit. So here's my point here. So they're living in this house. They're elders now. Okay, let's move them slowly because I need to fix this house a bit, honestly. Oh, whoops. He needs to actually put the dishes away, the groceries away. The kids are going to school. I'm going to step them out of the house for a bit because this house, I do not accept it. I don't. Now, in my defense, can you go put the groceries away first? I had started this out as just a very tiny starter, like 1 floor or whatever, because they had 10 kids and nothing was fitting. I couldn't get like these kids to sleep anywhere. So I just very quickly expanded it, like not really caring about how it was placed. But now I care. Now that they've got a solid 12,000 saved, like I really feel like something needs to be done about this house. So She's going to work, so all I need to do is get him to step out. Oh, the butler's going to be a problem. Let me dismiss him for the day. Why do they have a butler? They were rich enough to have a butler? Bougie. I must have had the butler to help with the kids, because they did have 10 kids, but he doesn't really need... Can you stop? Oh, no, I need you to dismiss him first. End services. End services, the butler, please. End services before you go to work. Okay, you guys don't need butlers anymore. Your kids are, like, fine. Hello? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need to reset the butler to make him stop what he's doing. How do I reset the butler? Force error. Reset. Okay, now let's end services. Okay, there we go. We're finished. We don't need you anymore. Now you can go to work. Okay, it's been an honor to serve my household. Thank you. So let's get to work. Okay, empty out the house. Okay, no one's in the house, so now I can actually build here. So I'm gonna build. Maybe I'll make a speed build. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll show you what I do with it soon. I'm having a problem. I'm having like a big problem. So first of all, I forgot to start recording, so it's not going to be a speed build. Now, I had started to build this lovely, slightly lopsided, but it's okay, home. And I was actually pretty happy with how it was going. Okay, I thought I was doing a good job. The thing is, like, the way it was before, I don't know if there's a shortcut to bulldozing, sledgehammer. So I just started sledgehammering everything, and then there was 2 pieces of floor that wouldn't delete, and I was like, okay, like maybe when I place the house they'll just become a regular floor again, but I cannot delete this piece of floor. Alright, so after a day of taking a look at this, I didn't look at this all day, but I went to bed last night after troubleshooting this house. I eventually figured out that I could just move the family out, move them back in, and it's gone. So I fixed the problem. This is the house. I did not record the speed build of it. I forgot to record. It's a little lopsided. I miscounted the sides, but it's fine. It's fine. Who cares? This is the build. It's not like complete. I've been furnishing it slowly because they didn't have money. They just got promoted. That's why you see money there, but I'm not going to do it this time. I'm yawning again. So there are 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on the 2nd floor. There's 1 bathroom on the bottom floor. It's kind of open plan. What else has happened this sim week since the sim week is over? So the teenagers are teenagers. I'm trying to work on the relationships because when I used to play this household, when there were 10 kids in the house, I hired a butler. I turned free will on and just let this house play because I did not care and I could not play the 10 children. But what ended up happening was eventually I noticed that these kids would just fight all day. Like literally fight each other. Like there was fighting. Like you could see, I think she's still recovering her relationship with like her other sisters who already moved out. Like if you check her memories, fight after fight after fight with her siblings. Okay. So I'm trying to recover the relationship between the siblings here. But now they're living like a normal family. The parents, my best friend and her husband, got a bunch of promotions. They're just doing their homework, trying to recover their grades too, because the grades had gone to crap. That's basically it. I think I have recovered this family a little bit, so I think I don't hate playing this as much as I did since most of the kids moved out now. Quite a big family here, as you can see. So I think we might have time to play one more family this episode. So I will see you in the next episode. What am I talking about? I will see you in the next family. Alright guys, so I just finished playing the next family, and the next family was the Brown/Hannah family. So let's explain who this is. So Jaden Brown is the first son of the family that we were just playing. So my best friend and her husband, who had the 10 kids, he was the first son. So he's been moved out for quite a while already, and he ended up getting married to Camille Hannah. Now, she is the sister of Kai Hannah. These two were siblings that were, I'm 99% sure, a commenter suggested family to include in the neighborhood. So someone said, put two siblings named Kai Hannah and Camille Hannah. I think there were some parameters as to what their relationship was like or what their skills were like. So I'm always yawning. So, what was I saying? So she ended up marrying Jaden, and they lived in this house that I built. It's an ancient house. I'll show you guys in a second. But they only had one child because she was old and he was actually old. They were both quite old when they got married, so they didn't really have time to make a lot of kids. They found each other late in life, and so they only had one girl named Rosalie. Now, her brother is the dude who's married to Athena Hannah. They ended up with 3 kids. And I don't know if you guys will recall now, she was one of the kids who I was talking about were from the Mess family when we were playing like Luke Simmons' house a while ago. So let me see if I can find his daughter. Right. So remember how we were talking about Luke Simmons? Sandy Fairchild. That's who it was. So in that episode, I was saying, who was the woman who had like a billion baby daddies? And I was trying to figure out who it was. It was Sandy Fairchild. So Luke Simmons had this kid, Calypso. We'll go into it at some point. I'm sure we'll come back to her family at some. Oh, she's coming up soon in the list. So we'll go to Calypso eventually. Now, Jane was conceived through an affair with Julian Cook, and Athena was conceived through an affair with John Oakstead, who was eventually killed off by the gold digger, and the gold digger proceeded to have twins with John Oakstead, so these are her half siblings. However, the twin that we put into the witch's household died, so now there's only one twin. Long story. But anyway, what was I saying? So they only have, Camille and Jaden only have one daughter named Rosalie, who spends all time studying the violin. She's kind of a nerd. Now, this house, let's talk about this house for a second. So I was looking at it and I was actually quite proud of it. This is actually one of the first houses I built. Like, I'm pretty sure I did build this, right? Yeah, this has got my roofing all over it. Yeah, this is my house. I definitely built this. I built this. It's like one of the first 5 houses that I built. It was the starter. There was the starter house, the Oakstead house. This might have been the 3rd house that I built in this neighborhood for the daughter when she left and got married. I think I remember that the 3rd child of the founding family, the daughter, and I'm forgetting her name. It might have been Elizabeth. I'm not sure. But one of the first Richardson daughters ended up getting married and moving to this house. So this house is ancient. And it has been lived in a few times over the generations. And it hasn't changed so much, just the furnishings a little bit. But I think I did a good job on this house. Like, I actually really enjoy playing this house. I wish it was a little bigger, but I do enjoy playing it. So I just wanted to show off the house a little bit. Now, obviously, without the custom content rugs, it would not look the same. Like, I think rugs are really what makes a room. These ones, I ran out of the good ones, but these are kind of what makes a difference here. But yeah, nothing really happened in this family, so I'm pretty sure we have time to go through one more, and that is the other Brown sibling, so Jaden's sister, Jaylene. We're going to go to her next. Hi guys, so we are back and playing now the Kim family. So before I move them out of this monstrosity that I built, so I built this house a long time ago, and to this day, this speed build gets so many comments. Not so many, but like it still gets comments every once in a while, like, wow, what a nice house. I'm like, I look at it now and I'm like, what? I mean, it did get affected when I deleted my custom content, but still, look, this wall isn't even painted. It's like such an ugly house. So I got really sick of it. So I built a new one next door here, over here for them. I just built this, so we're going to move them in. I don't know if I'll get to playing them today, but I'm going to move them in. I just built the house though. But let's explain who these people are. I did like how I furnished it. I do think I did an relatively okay job at furnishing it, considering I don't have a whole lot of custom content to use. but it's got to go. This house has got to get demolished. So the Kims were the EA family. Cynthia and her husband was like Robert or something. Robert Kim, I think. He's dead now, but she had a kid named Justin. Why did Justin die? Her son named Justin. I'm pretty sure that was her actual son, but why is he dead? Does anyone remember why Justin Kim died? This must have happened a while ago. It was probably a fire, knowing me. But I have no idea why her son is dead. It was probably a fire. But when I was playing them, I had them have another son named Arn Kim. And he ended up marrying Jaylene Kim. Jaylene is the firstborn daughter of my best friend who had 10 kids who we've been playing this whole episode. So Jaylene and him got married. She moved in with her in-laws and they had 3 kids, Seth, Sean, and Sloan. So Seth, Sean, and Sloan. And I think they're good on kids so far. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, it's late. I think that's all I needed to say about this family. So I will move them in and we will play their sim week. Hey guys, it's me again. It's like a week or 2 later. I'm looking a little psycho. I dyed my hair. I freshened my color up, so I'm back to purple. But anyway, so I think where I left off like 2 weeks ago is I moved them out of their old ugly house and I moved them into this one that I just built. And by just built, I mean 2 weeks ago. And this is the house. I thought I would show you guys up close. You'll see it in the speed build. I'm not sure which will come first, this episode or the speed build, but one of them will come. So we've got bedroom, bathroom, 2 bedrooms because they have 3 kids. 2 kids' rooms, I mean, bathrooms. And down here, I'm quite happy with what I did. So I did download a little bit more custom content. So this is their kitchen area. This is the dining room. I did download some dining room custom content. This is their hallway. And the living room I am the most proud of. I think I did a good job on that. And a little tiny bathroom here. But that's basically it. They've got like 5,000 and I don't want to spend so much more. These things, I know these bushes in the back are going to be a big pain to trim at some point. I might remove them if that gets really annoying. Like with things in the way, they won't be able to trim them, but whatever, we'll see. So let me just remind myself, this guy is a what? He's an artist. Okay, he needs skill points. She's a lawyer. She's about to get promoted. She's retired, and they've got the kids. All right, so I will just cram through the sim week, and I will, of course, as usual, let you know if anything interesting happens. So I decided to have her throw all 3 for kids' birthday parties since they're all growing up and I haven't thrown a birthday party in a while. I'll go through it. She's going to invite her father, her brother. She should invite her mother. She doesn't have to invite the rest of her 9 siblings. I think her friends from the military. That's about it. I think that's a good amount of people. They've got a nice house, so I guess it'll be nice to show it off, have some people. Okay, so she wants to hit the top of the law career. Do we have a radio to turn on? No, I don't think I ever put in a radio. So let's just put a radio on. Alright, and where's Grandma? Grandma's upstairs. Dad's at work. Let's grab the kid. Let's hold Seth. We'll have Seth grow up first, since he's the most annoying of them all. Everything that he needed to learn, he learned how to walk, talk, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you grab the kid. Let's have her parents here. She's got everyone over. Oh no, where's your mom? Your mom is here. Let's family kiss your mom. Thanks for coming. Okay, let's get Grandma down here. And let's get Seth to blow out the candles, because we have to do all of them before 6, so it's going to be quite a while. So you'll bring Seth to the cake, and you'll bring Sean to the cake. Okay, let's get this done. Are you doing it? Okay. I do want to get a screenshot, so one moment. I have to turn off the camera. No one's cooperating, so the kid just grew. He's okay looking. I'm trying to get the mom to get the kids. So, but she's holding my kid is the problem. So grandma, other grandma, I need you to give over the baby. Give over the baby. How can I say give me the baby? Ask. Like if I talk to her, maybe. Alright, let's get her to bring Sean to the cake. Sean. So I'll still go do that, and in the meantime, I need to make sure I get this baby here. Oh, okay. The grandmas are fighting. The grandmas are fighting each other. Okay, hold on now. You're gonna pick up Sloan, and Sloan also needs to blow out the candles here. Hello. Bring to cake Sloan. Okay, so Sean has grown into a tall. I'm missing everything. Okay, let's see if we can grab Sloan here. Oh! I don't even think she managed to bring her to the cake. Yeah, it was too late. Okay, well, anyway, that was a disaster. But we have our child sim. Okay, he's not looking too bad here. He's looking a lot like his dad, Arn. Let's see, he also looks a lot like his dad, Arn. What does Sloan look like? Sloan, I love that name, Sloan. Please be beautiful. Yeah, okay, she's beautiful. She definitely also looks like her dad. So their dad has like the Asian features, big eyes. Well, he's technically Asian. When I made this guy, did I make this guy? No, I did not make this guy. He's the son of the Kim family, who I anyway imagined as Asian because they're Kims. I don't know, okay? I don't remember anything. But anyway, he's got these big eyes, and all three of his kids have got these big eyes. Yeah, so that was the birthday party, and I'm just gonna keep playing, so I'll let you know. Alright guys, so it's late, so I'm gonna cut this sim week 1 day short. Nothing will happen to the timeline. No one's ready to age up, so it won't mess up like the timeline if I start this on Sunday morning instead of Monday morning. It's okay. I need to go to bed. I'm gonna try to keep uploading once every 2 weeks. I think this time period is good. Just because it takes a while to play. And also guys, I've been studying so much studying. Like my brain is fried trying to like do a career change here. So basically what happened is Cynthia's still alive. Something happened to her age because she was an elder, and I know she was older because right, her second son is about to become an elder, and she's in the beginning of her elder years. Like something got set when I moved. I think something happened to her age. I might kill her early, I might not, we will see. So Cynthia's gonna turn, not Cynthia, what's her name? Jaylene is gonna turn into an elder soon. She's at the top of her career. He's almost at the top of his career, and the 3 kids have turned into kids. So this is the oldest, Seth. I like their kids. Their kids are good looking kids. So this is Seth. Okay, hold on. That's Seth. And then over here, I'm sorry, forgive me. This is Sean. He's cute too. He's a nice looking kid. And then we have Sloan. Sloan, God, I love that name. Okay, Sloan. She's cute too. All right, so that is it for this episode, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is in your part of the world. Take care and bye-bye. And comment how much you love my hair, please. It doesn't show. I'm like really excited about it because it's the first time it's like so like vibrant. It doesn't show. It doesn't do me justice. Okay, the camera. It's like really purple. But anyway, all right. Thanks, guys, and see you next time.